Hello, welcome everyone. This is Salomon Ackerman again. You're in the show of the Invincible Sales, and I'm gonna talk about politics today. I want to talk about the issue about the huge wall that is to be built between Mexico and the United States. I want to go to the facts because I think this whole issue has been brought up to the table by Mrs. Coulter, which I think is rather intelligent. Is a very intelligent columnist. I think she went to university, she went to college, she's a lawyer, and that actually brings out the issue that she must have some common sense. Actually, I'm going to go further. I think that she's unbelievably intelligent, but I think she's twisting up the issues. And just a reminder, I came down to Mexico. I'm from Miami, and I came down to Mexico. I'm I'm crossing the highway, and I have over here Bed Bath and Beyond, and I see the Bridgestone, Firestone companies over here, and I want to tell my point of view. Maybe it's not the truth, maybe it's not the complete truth what I'm going to tell you, but it's my appreciation of what needs to be done about Mexico and about all these Latin American countries. I think that illegal immigration is a cancer that actually is driving American communities and American society. I think that building a wall would really stop part of the problem, but I think it would be like giving an aspirin to a person that in fact is ill with cancer. We need to find out in the United States a way to keep illegal aliens out of the United States. If we think that, because I have heard that there are plenty of tunnels underneath any wall that has been built in the United States across the border, and I think that the way to change this issue is to invent, to create. If we want them to stop this process of coming illegally to the United States, we need to stop them from the countries in which they are coming to the United States from. I'm talking about Salvador, I'm talking about Nicaragua, I'm talking about Colombia, I'm talking about many places, and I'm talking about Mexico as well. I have lived in Mexico City for a number of years, and I have lived south in some of the countries of South America, and I can tell you there is a way. I want to change a little bit of what I have seen in numbers of what Mrs. Coulter is handling. For example, all of the cars in Mexico, all of the cars in South America are not from these countries. All of the resources, the machinery, all of the technology comes from the United States or somewhere else. In the case of Mexico, about the oil, the gasoline, the gas, the oil, the majority of the oil that Mexico produces the majority go to the United States. The United States is the one that absorbs this oil, and they cannot refine the oil into gas, and the majority of the gasoline that goes into Mexico comes from the United States. So actually what we're doing is we're bringing all the money from these countries that don't have a penny in technology, and we're sending all the resources back with an overprice. You can see this because, for example, Mexico is a country of 120 something million people, and they have oil, they have all these resources, but it's this resource of gasoline, this resource of gas, of petrol, or whatever you want to call it, they cannot translate it into the final product. So they need the United States to be refueling all their cars. So that means that actually we're taking in the United States all this money for the works, and we are doing all the refining in the United States of this oil. So we need them. We need to suck them so we can get the money from the oil. The same, I think it happens with Venezuela. Venezuela, it's an oil-producing country, and I know that it's involved a little bit with OPEC. Well, not a lot. Well, a lot of involved. They have a lot of involvement with OPEC. But the whole thing is that the United States absorbs the great majority of things. If I usually go, and myself, I can tell you, I speak Spanish perfectly. I speak Hebrew. I speak a couple of other languages, Italian and whatever. So I have specialized myself in teaching Mexicans into networking, into sales training, being that there are no experts from the United States that can speak in Spanish in all these countries. So I have a technology that they don't have, and I make a lot of money out of it. So I have found the way creatively to give work to these guys down in South America, how to teach them, how to empower them into a multi-million culture in which they can create jobs in their country and they can do something else better. So if one person goes to Acapulco, if one person goes to Mexico City with 25 million people, you can land up in a restaurant that it's called Vips. Vips is a restaurant from Walmart. Walmart is a company from the United States. If you want to purchase something of a price and a commodity that it's of a good quality, and not that expensive, you would go to Walmart. It has some subsidiaries, so you can go to different places which are owned by Walmart. If you can go to Sears. Sears is a company that it's based in the United States. It's an American company, and it has sales in Mexico. Then you can go out, and if you want to feel the American taste of burgers and chips or fries, you can go to McDonald's. They have McDonald's over there. They have Burger King. They have Shakey's Pizza. They have Denny's. They have lots of restaurants. They have a P.F. Chang that comes from the States. They have lots of companies. If you want to drive, you might as well pick up a Ford. You can drive a Chevrolet. You can. All of the resources come from the United States. If you want a tractor, a Caterpillar, you would buy it, and it would come from the United States. So, on my point of view, maybe I want to judge for good. So probably Mrs. Coulter and Mr. Donald Trump, which I don't think, because they're pretty brilliant. If not, you're fired, I can tell you. But Donald Trump, I admire the guy. It's an unbelievable achiever. He's a person that creates jobs that has been down to the ground in several times, and he has gone up to the clouds in millions. As he says, what's gonna tell you I'm rich? So he's an inspiration for me. He's a motivation for me. So I want to tell you that I admire the guy in the ways that he's self-spoken. He's not politically correct. He's an incredible guy. I mean, he is a standard to look up to and try to reach what he has done. He's not very humble, but it doesn't really matter. There are plenty of other pieces. There are plenty of other players which you can follow. But he's a rather incredible person. So he's this intelligent. He must know this. The best, if you want to buy, let's say for example, a pair of Levi's. Levi's, a Jewish American company based in the United States with American capital, American propriety, so that sells in Mexico millions. Wranglers is the same. Calvin Klein sells in Mexico. I don't know, I can give you names and names and names by the dozen. And I can tell you, and Coulter says that Carlos Slim, this guy is, the majority of the products come from him. He's not doing anything. He's just replacing. He's a hub in which everyone, he's bringing all these products, and he's American products, and he's selling them to Mexicans. He's got a telephone company. All of his headsets, the telephones, all of this is really coming from the United States. So let's be practical. Let's do something else. Let's be creative. Why not to create jobs in these places and to bring the money to the United States? Let's do something to suck all this money from them, but give them something in return. They can grow too. Let's get rid of poverty. How? Let's teach them. Let's give them technology to grow as well. Let's sell them the technology for them to grow into better people, into better human beings. And let's try to stop all this racism which is around. I think people that, like me, that we have lived, I went broke down in South America. I went broke down in Mexico. And nobody anywhere wanted to help me out. I didn't have a penny to start back again. I want to live in my car. And I found a place in Mexico in the market to give all my technology, all my resources, all my knowledge, to give them to Mexicans. I think Mexicans are as good as people as the Americans, as good as people as Germans, as good as people as Filipinos, as good as people as Brazilians. Obviously, Brazilians play very, very well soccer, but we're not talking about this today. We're talking about that let's help out people. Let's help out solve problems. There is a problem in South America, and the way to stop all this illogical, intensive migration to the United States, illegal migration, is to help them create things, to be better people. Let's teach them how to sell. Let's teach them how to make ideas. They don't have education. They don't have technology. Let's sell them the education. Let's speak to all these governments in Latin America, and let's teach them English. The reason they don't speak English is not like, I can tell you, I know lots of Filipinos. Philippines, they were first invaded by Spain, and they were secondly invaded by the United States. So it became compulsory in Philippines to learn English. All of the Filipinos, all of them, even the singer of Journey, Arnel Padilla, Rodrilla, or whatever it is. Arnel, which now it's he's singing instead of the very great Steve Perry, with an incredible, both of them with an incredible voice. I can tell you, these guys, the Filipinos, speak English, all of them. So they are ready for whatever. Now, you want to teach Mexicans English? You know, I have no problem. Let's teach them. Let's get the cake from Mexico. Let's get the cake from Salvador. Let's get the cake from Costa Rica. Let's teach them a universal language. So, first of all, the universal language, I don't think it's English. It's not Hebrew or Italian. Universal language is helping out people to solve their problems. Let's show these people how to show their problems, and we will have America, the United States, we will have them free of illegal aliens. Let's share this power with all these countries, except with Iran, because I don't think we don't need to show them anything over there. They don't want to learn anyways. But what I need to tell you is empower them. Give them, now there's a culture of entrepreneurship. Let's give them the power to become their own masters. Let's give them the power. Let's give them the culture. Let's give them the language. Let's invest in them so they can become our very best customers. I want all these countries to pay the US. Actually, when Mr. Donald Trump says that Mexicans are going to pay for the wall, I can tell you, my man, Donnie, I can tell you, they have paid for your wall over the years. They have 2 centuries. The United States, we got half of the Mexican territory. We scalped it, man. We got the land. We got from all California, Nevada. Nevada, it means snowy in Spanish. We got all these territories, New Mexico, Texas. All of them come from Mexico. Man, these people have been paying the United States for decades, for centuries. Okay? You want to annex them into the United States? I don't care. But let's show, I mean, we're people, we are human beings. Let's join together to be better people around the world. People in Germany, they destroyed their barriers. They destroyed the wall. The Berlin Wall was taken down by real people, by people that had a dream. In the United States, we the people have a dream to become better, a dream to become millionaires, a dream to become billionaires. We have a dream of being the best president like Donnie, like Donald Trump. But you know what? We have better resources. The best resource around the world and around the globe is people. So I don't care if they bring the wall up or down or whatever. Anyways, the person that wants to go to the United States and that wants to grow into a culture of freedom, which is the United States, will come to the United States and will make it a better world. So, on the other side, I'm going to tell you, now the refugees from Syria, I think that's a problem. I think in this issue, Mr. Donald Trump and Coulter, they are particularly right, because there is no way in which you can check the background of these people, and you cannot check. I mean, I don't care about if they are Buddhists or Muslims or whatever. You cannot check the background if they are bona fide people or not. So I think the migration from Syria, let's make a free war zone in the Middle East for them, but we already have enough problems in the United States. We have problems like we talk about the violence in Mexico, the violence from all these people, and I'm gonna tell you, I think that we have lots of violence in Oakland, lots of violence in New York City. So we need to concentrate on getting a better result on things. Bring Giuliani to get zero tolerance. Let's get the people from the special forces from. Let's bring jobs for Americans out of Mexicans, out of South Americans, out of Latin Americans, out of people from the Caribbean. So let's help them out to be better people. I am creating myself a company. I have my companies. I don't have that many companies. My companies are based on internet, are based on personal one-on-one knowledge. So I don't have that much. I'm not a tycoon like Mr. Trump, but I can tell you, this money is coming to the United States on my behalf by delivering something into these countries. I want them to grow. I want every single human being on planet Earth to have a better life, to improve themselves, to grow, and to get rich. And I think that the best way to get rich is with money, but to get rich, to grow within the values of helping out and being better. Well, this is my point of today, that I'm traveling now in South America. I'm seeing all these beautiful landscapes of these jungles that haven't been taken down by anyone. It's a beautiful day, sunny day here in South America, and I hope to be back in Miami Beach in a couple of days. And it's just an advice. I'm no one to give advice to Mr. Trump. For sure, he has done pretty much more things. To Mrs. Coulter, I know that she sells a lot. She's very cunningful. She's very intelligent. And I think that they are above that. That they, on the long run, they will see that having another different market and more business will be to bring money out from these people, to empower them, to create jobs over there. I think that if General Motors company plant is going from the United States to Mexico, there are plenty of things now that come from the United States to Mexico, and plenty of jobs that Mexicans don't have, or in South America that they don't have. Let's be fair. Let's play fair with all these guys, and let's help people out. What I have learned from Mr. Trump, what I have learned from any mentor that I have had in life, is that the best resource in life on sales, the best objection breaker, is to help people solve their problems. Let's help all these people. It doesn't matter their color. It doesn't matter their culture. It doesn't matter the years and years and years of oppression that they have had from some other countries, that they have brought their resources from many years to some other different countries. So let's be fair to them. Let's help them out, and let's get some cake, some money out of it. I want to see the cake. Show me the money I want to see the money from these guys, but I want to be creative. I want to empower people, and I have lots of very wealthy customers from Mexico. I want to teach them the trade. My trade is to be a salesperson. I'm very proud of being a salesman. I'm very proud of having been at the bottom of the ladder, on the ground, with no one and nowhere to turn to, and God helped me out to realize that I needed not to be afraid. I needed to empower myself to be successful. If I was not going to be doing it, isn't the Psalms? If I was not going to be doing it for myself, no one was going to do it for me. And I started to go out and work immediately. I created a sense of urgency on myself to start working on my abilities, on my dexterities, to be the best person I could be on sales and do whatever it takes to be the best person. Not to have any excuses, not to follow up my customers, to do 1,000 calls by day, to bring down new customers from the street, to be on the chase and on the hustle for every person that I could tell, that I could pitch my product to. You can do it as well. This is one of my this is my radio program. I hope that you enjoy this. I hope that you enjoy my point of view. You can write me at sales.expert@ackerman.mx, and forgive me a couple of programs before I said .com. You can find me as well as www, I don't need to say that, .Salomon, that's SALMON, Ackerman.com. I'm your friend. I hope that some of my knowledge can help you out. It's very little. I probably you know more than me, but I can tell you that all of this with discipline day to day gave me a new perspective from things. And I think that you have the same resources as me. We have same hands, feet. We wake up every day. Let's fight ourselves into be better people and to have a code of honor with our customers. Thank you very much for listening. This is Invincible Sales from Salomon Ackerman, and from Miami Beach. As I usually tell you, I go down pretty often. I have family down in Mexico. I have created my companies that bring wealth to the United States from Latin America. I'm very proud of that. And let's all be one, making America great again. And it doesn't matter if it's Hillary. It doesn't matter if it's Mr. Clinton. It doesn't matter if it's Obama with Obamacare that it really doesn't work, or with something else. I thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for following. And forgive me, but please, we're on YouTube. I am on YouTube. I am on Facebook. I am on Dribble. I am LinkedIn. Please follow me, and I will try to, I promise, I will try to give you the best of myself to be a better person. Thank you very much.